Hi everybody, welcome to my my Tuesday night live. This week it's a Tuesday night. Um, like I said, I'm going to try to make these things a regular thing. I hope you're having an amazing day, or depending on when you watch it or where in the world you're watching it from, I hope you will have an amazing day. I know I have a lot of friends who are in LA now getting ready for UPW. They're going to crew that event. Um, great, great opportunity. I know I have a lot of friends who are on their way to LA to UPW, or maybe you're there already getting ready for the event. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You're going to absolutely love it. If you are a first time UPWer, soak it all in. Absolutely. And don't forget to do the whole mastery thing. Do Date with Destiny, do Life and Wealth. And if you get a chance, go to Fiji. It's absolutely incredible. But anyway, firewalkers, you're going to walk on fire here in a couple of days. And if you're a first-time firewalker, I've got something for you later on. But we're going to talk about the 4 lessons that I learned a little too late in life. I shouldn't say learned too late, but learned later than I would have liked to learn them. So I'm going to walk you through those, and hopefully you can learn those sooner than I did. So let's get on with it. Number 1, know your destination. There are 3 types of people in this world. The first type, if I give a shopping list to go to the store and pick up bread, eggs, and milk for me. These are the type of people who will go to the store, they know their destination, and they're committed to their destination, and they will pick up bread, eggs, and milk, and they will leave the store. It's perfect. You have it all. The second type of people, though, are going to go to the store and they're going to pick up bread, eggs, and milk, and then they're going to notice the cereal. And then they'll notice the coffee, and then the donuts, and then the bacon. And something will catch their attention here. They suffer from squirrel syndrome, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. They know their destination. They're just not completely committed to their destination. The third type of people, though, are the type of people who are driving past the grocery store and then realize they need groceries, and so they stop in. They're not sure what they need, so they wander up and down the aisles for hours trying to figure out their wants and their needs as they go. These are people who don't know their destination, and they're not really committed to anything. See, not all who wander are lost. They just don't know where they're going. You have to know where you're going in order to get there. Now, some people know their destination and they're committed to their destination, but they prefer the scenic route, which is cool too. Take the scenic route, enjoy the view, soak it all in, but you know exactly where you're going, you know exactly how you're going to get there, and you're committed to that. That's the most important thing. Know your destination and be committed to your destination. Number 2, don't sleepwalk through life. Sleepwalking through life is the vicious cycle of redundancy, is what I like to call it. See, for most of us, we get up every morning at the same time. When we get out of bed, we have the same routine, we do the same thing, we go to our prescribed hours at our job. When we get home, we do the same thing, and then we fall asleep and we do it all over again. That's the vicious cycle of redundancy. Now, we do this each week, and what are we working for? We're working for the weekend. Yeah, the song comes to mind. I know, me too. And so we wish every day was Saturday. So why not make Monday Saturday? Why wouldn't you live your Monday like it was a Saturday? Why wouldn't you live every day like it was a Saturday? Well, because it's Monday and I got to go to work, blah, blah, blah. This goes to 11. And if you understand that reference, you are immediately my best friend ever. And so we do this week after week, after month, after year, after year, after year, and we're working to that ultimate goal, which is what? Retirement. Unfortunately, 97% of us, I think is the number now, will never be able to afford to retire. Which means, and it's kind of sad, that at some point in our lives, hopefully much later than sooner, we're simply going to be an employee that didn't show up for work. I used to live that cycle of redundancy, and I liked what I did, but it was a cycle of redundancy. And then I discovered leveraged income. I discovered a residual income. I discovered how to work my own hours and get paid for my efforts and not for the hours that I put in. I discovered how to work where I wanted and when I wanted, and who wouldn't like that? Who wouldn't love to build a retirement asset in 2 to 5 years? If this is something you're interested in, I can absolutely help you do that. Shoot me a message, leave me a comment, do whatever. I can show you what's there, but get out of that cycle of redundancy. Some people really, really love punching a time clock. Some people need that structure, and that's okay. But change up your routine. Don't sleepwalk through life. There is so much out there, so be aware of it. Number 3, live life without fear. All right, firewalkers, here's your story. So when I first signed up to go to UPW many years ago, I signed up maybe 4 months in advance, and then I read that I'm going to walk on fire, and I thought, that's stupid. Who would do that? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Now, I'm old enough that I know what it's like to do stupid things, and I know how it feels afterwards. So I was not real inclined to walk on fire at that point. But there was something in my mind that kept eating at that. It affected the way I slept. It affected the way I ate. It affected me every moment of my day. For 4 months, this stuff bothered me. There's no way I'm doing that. That's just dumb. And then I get to the event and everything's good, and you're going to do it if you haven't done it before. You're going to do it at the end of your first day. So they build you up to that. They teach you how to go into state. And veterans, how quickly can you go into state? Just like that. And they'll teach you how to do that. So you're going to go into state. You're going to walk across the fire. Everything's going to be great. And pretty soon people are talking about this. And my mind is just racing like, no way. This is dumb. I'm not going to do this. And so we all stand up eventually and we head out to where the fires are. And I'm expecting to see this crowd of people who also doesn't want to walk on fire, who are smarter than the other people, but there aren't any. Everybody goes out. And so, like a fool, I follow in line. I say fool, but I'm not really, because it was one of the coolest things I've ever done. But you walk out in the line, and I'm trying to see what's going on up ahead of me, and I can't see, which makes it even worse. And so fear is this voice on your shoulder. It's convincing you of things. It's giving you this entire list of excuses, things that are bogus, for lack of a better term, I guess. So it just keeps jabbering, da ba 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 ba. It doesn't stop. And for 4 months prior to this, I listened to that voice. And then eventually I was standing right at the edge of the fire lane that I was going to walk across. And there was somebody standing there, and he held me back. And they teach you to make your move, become the warrior within, change your state. So he says, make your move, make your move, make your move, now go. And I took that first step, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. Oh my gosh, that first step into the fire was glorious. And so you walk across, and then there's a quote, and it's from Will Smith, and it's perfect. And it goes, the point of maximum danger, right when you take that step, is the point of minimum fear. That's when there is no fear at that point. Everything for 4 months that had been leading up to this point was just mumbo jumbo. It was that voice, that chattering in my ear. That's what fear is, or anxiety, or excitement, or whatever you want to call it. But that was controlling my life for those 4 months. And for those 4 months, I had nothing to fear. What I'm doing, I'm living my life. I'm not walking on fire yet. So the point of maximum danger is the point of minimum fear. See, once you take that first step, and if you've watched my other videos, you know that I'm going to say at this point, once you take that first step into the walk of fire, failure is not an option. You must go through with this. But it's absolutely amazing. All of the best things in life are on the other side of fear. Let me say that again. God puts all of the best things in life on the other side of fear. It doesn't matter what you're afraid of. Are you afraid of telling your boss to shove it? Are you afraid of starting your own business? Are you afraid of talking to that girl or talking to that guy? Are you afraid of doing this or going there? All of the most glorious things in life are just on the other side of fear. It's just one step on the other side of fear. So don't let that voice control you. Take that step, move forward, and get to that stuff that is really, really amazing. All right, so that was number 3. Number 4, don't complain. I love every day. I wake up, I'm grateful for stuff every day. When I wake up on a Monday, it feels like a Saturday to me, but to a lot of people I know, it feels like a Monday. I open up my news feed and everybody's complaining about Monday. I look outside and it's snowing and I think, look, it's so beautiful. And I open up my news feed and everybody's complaining about the weather. Quit complaining. What if I were to tell you that the next Monday, next week, is the last Monday you're going to spend on this planet? I would bet that you walk through that Monday with a completely different sense of life. You're going to see things and smell things and react to things. You're going to talk to people you've never talked to before. You're going to call people you haven't talked to in 2 years. You're going to say, I love you, man, because it's your last day. Why don't you do that every day? The reason is we get our mind in that very, very lower level of thinking. Those people who like to complain, you're in the very, very lower level of thinking. And we know what those people are doing. They're dragging people down with them. They need to even the playing field. If you need to even the playing field, then raise your level of thinking so that you can raise up those around you. It's really that simple. Have an attitude of gratitude. If you can do that, your life will change immediately. I absolutely promise you this. All right, so there are my 4 lessons that I learned later than I would have liked to, and hopefully they'll help you, give you something to think about. So I hope you guys have a great night, have a great day, depending on when you're watching, where you're watching. And if you're headed for LA, for UPW, have a most amazing weekend. You're going to absolutely love it. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.